Now, how about we give you some games to
Got some
pick?
banger games.
How about we give you some games to pick? We're back with
Pick mine.
We're back. We're back with spread to spread.
On the right.
The segment where we're going head to head against the spreads to find out who can pick them the best. Right now, Zach's picking them the best. Zach is at 13-5. I'm at 12-6. Joe missed last week, so he's at 5-4. Realistically, if Joe wasn't silly the first episode and didn't pick money line upsets, Joe would be sitting at 7-2. But either way, Zach is currently leading. I'm right behind him, and Joe realistically is on pace. Scoring wise, Zach is 2-0-0. I am 1-1-0, and Joe is 0-1-1. That scoring, I mean, Joe wins 4 straight here, and that scoring could really change. That's the coolest thing. Your overall record does not necessarily matter at the end of this. If you finish second place throughout this entire thing, you realistically could win at the end of the season. Let's get to our picks here, though. I want to lead off tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to go pretty quick through these. Bills going to Foxborough, taking on the Patriots. Spread's -8.5. I was very confident in Bills -18 against the Giants. That didn't happen. So it was -14. The light pole had -18. But -8.5, come on, that is 3 field goals. You can beat the Patriots by 3 field goals. Let's go. Give me Bills -8.5. I think that's a no-brainer. Buccaneers -2.5. I believe the Buccaneers are at home against the Falcons. Look for the Buccaneers to make a bounce-back game here. They got kind of crushed by the Lions there last week. They didn't necessarily get crushed on the scoreboard, but they got crushed physically in that game. Give me the Bucs to bounce back. I don't think the Falcons are that good. You saw red zone struggles last week. They couldn't close out a game through 2 interceptions in crunch time. Give me the Bucs to take that one. Commanders -2. I'm riding the Commanders for, I think, a 3rd straight week here. Commanders take on the Giants. I don't care if you're on the road. This Commanders team behind Sam Howell should be beating the Giants by a field goal. Bears +3.
Agreed. I
am ridiculously confident in this Bears +3. I don't think the Raiders are a good team. Even if Fields is out, I don't care. Bears +3, to me, I think the Bears are the stronger team here. The Bears are at home here. I think the Raiders are a very poorly coached team, and that's entirely what I'm basing this one on. Give me the Bears to cover that one. I got Wisconsin -2.5. They got embarrassed last week against Iowa. You're now playing arguably the worst team in the Big Ten in Illinois. I don't care if you're going on the road. Beat Illinois by a field goal. You need to get back in that Big Ten West race. JMU, baby. They're new to the FBS. They are 6-0. They are not bowl eligible because it is their first year in the FBS. They're still on freaking restriction, which sucks. Put JMU in a bowl. I don't care who JMU is playing this season. I'm going to rock with them till they lose. They've been blowing out teams that a lot of people don't think they should be blowing out. They're taking on Marshall this weekend on the road. Joe, I know you love Marshall, but I think Marshall slips in this one. Give me JMU by 3.5. Tennessee.
That's tonight, isn't it?
That is tonight. That might be going right now. By the way, these picks were locked in as of last night, so
Last night.
they were in already. Tennessee +8.5. Tennessee goes to Tuscaloosa this weekend to take on Alabama, and that alone, Alabama at home, they could run away with this one. They could win it by 10 late. I understand that. Here's the thing with Tennessee. This is the one I'll break down a little more. Tennessee last weekend rushed for roughly 260 yards against Texas A&M. Texas A&M has held teams like Alabama, teams like Auburn, and teams like Arkansas to under 80 rushing yards. They held the Tide to under 80 rushing yards.
That's crazy.
And Tennessee rushed for 260 on them. I think this one's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think either of these quarterbacks have really got it going with their offenses, so that run game is going to come into play, and that is Tennessee's identity this year. I think Tennessee can lose by less than 3 field goals on the road. Give me Tennessee +8.5 there. Washington State, Zach, I'm going against you a little bit here. Washington State +18.5. Washington State got embarrassed last weekend. They lost by 53 points to Arizona at home. There is no way they're coming out back-to-back weeks and getting blown out. This Washington State team is too well coached. And fully, entirely on that logic, I'm going Washington State plus 18.5 in this one. West Virginia minus 3.5. West Virginia is still my sneaky team to get into that Big 12 championship game. You're going to have to pull an upset against Oklahoma here in a couple weeks if you want to do that. But you don't play Texas, I believe. It might be the other way around. But you don't play one of the two. You just got to get that upset, and this West Virginia team's right there atop the Big 12. I think this team could still sneak in there. I definitely think they can go out at home and beat Oklahoma State by more than a field goal. Those are my picks. Ride them if you want to. If you're going to ride them, ride all of them because, that record up there is looking pretty good. Zach, you want to take the floor, or Joe, you want to take the floor?
Joe, you take the floor. You take the floor.
Take the floor.
Oh, all right.
Take that floor, Joe.
First, we have the Lions plus 3. I think that this Lions team is getting disrespected with a favorite by the Ravens. I think this Ravens. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think this Ravens team is pretty good. I think their defense is much improved in the last couple of weeks. They've been playing a lot better. Offense still kind of shaky in spots. Lamar hasn't picked up the way you would think Lamar would be doing at this point in the season. I think this Lions defense is one of the best in the league. They can get after Lamar all day. The back half, they can defend, okay. They can't do it great some days, but they do it all right enough to win ball games. I think they're definitely gonna close that 3-point spread. There's no way they lose by 3, especially to this Ravens team. Up next, we got the Packers minus 1.5. I think the Packers win by 10. I think this Broncos team is poorly coached, just like Ethan was talking about the Raiders earlier. Same thing. I just think Sean Payton doesn't have his guys bought in like he should. Offense looks lackluster every week.
You mean he doesn't have the pocketbook to pay his players to injure people?
I guess not anymore.
Rick.
Continue.
That being said, I think the defense looks good in spots. I think Pat Surtain is still one of the best corners in the league. That being said, though, I think this Packers team wins by 10. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna do the Packers game. They're gonna do it. Up next, I got the Chiefs at minus 5.5 against the Chargers. The Chargers play the Chiefs hard every year. That's usually a 3-point game, but I'm pretty confident in this Chiefs team. I think they're going to come off of that last week showing against that Denver Broncos defense that has been embarrassed all year and kind of didn't look great. Kind of didn't look great against that Broncos defense. They're going to come out against the Chargers. They're going to prove that Pat Mahomes is going to figure it out. He's got to start figuring it out at some point, right? So touchdown win for the Chiefs.
I like it.
Up next, we got the Bears plus 3. I don't think
is that your official? You can switch that. You can switch that because
I'm good. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna rock with you because I fuck with it. I've been fucking with this Bears team for a long time. They're severely underrated, I think. If Fields plays, he'll probably be on a snap count. They'll probably not try to make him hurt. That being said, Jimmy G just went out last week. I don't think they think he's going to play this week.
Not to interrupt, but who is their starter now? It's not Stidham, is it? Like Jared Stidham?
No. They got Peterman and some guy that they just signed this year. He's a rookie stud.
I don't remember.
I don't know his name.
Anyway.
Anyways, give me the Bears. I'm rocking with the Bears. The defense will show up.
If we lose, we lose together,
We lose together. Up next, I got Mississippi State at plus 6.5 against this Arkansas team that made Alabama have a run for its money. Mississippi State also gave Alabama a run for its money. So I think there's no way that this Mississippi State team gets beat by a touchdown. It's definitely going to be at least a 3-point game. If not, who knows? We could see a Mississippi State dub. I'm not going to call it, but plus 6.5, we're going to take the cover. I think they look better defensively. I think the offense is starting to make it work, but they're not going to lose by a touchdown.
I like it.
Up next, I got the Ohio State Buckeyes.
This is a bold one.
The Penn
this is a big game.
Nittany Lions.
This is a bold one.
Minus 4.5. I have faith
I don't hate it though.
in Kyle McCord. I have faith in this Ohio State team. I think Ryan Day is not going to let himself get embarrassed at home in Columbus against James Franklin in this Penn State team. He has yet to have it happen to him. I don't think this is the year. Give me Ohio State minus
like
4.5. I'm gonna rock with you again, Ethan. I'm about this West Virginia team. They've been playing really good ball this year, which is a surprise, for a West Virginia team that rarely ever wins ball games in the Big 12. They're actually winning games, and they're gonna show up against this Oklahoma State team. Give me at least a touchdown against this team. They're gonna show up and they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Up next, I got the Colorado State Bison versus the UNLV Rebels, +8 on the spread. I think they played their best game against Colorado earlier this year, and I think they're going to try to emulate that. And I think they're going to make it a close game. It's going to be at least a 3-point game. UNLV probably will pull it out, but give me the Bison and Mike Norvell to put up a hell of a fight. Up next, I'm picking against my own team, the Clemson Tigers. We got the Miami U.
Fake fan.
At +3. I think this Clemson team has taken a major step back as far as how good they actually are. That being said, I think this Miami team will come out and be like, okay, we have to win. We have to win. We have to win every single one. We have to continue to strive for a great bowl at this point, to put our name out there and get more recruits and hopefully do it next year. You know what I'm saying?
I saw this Miami line originally, and the fact Miami's at home against a Clemson team who has not looked great on offense. Yeah, Miami got blown out last week, but let's look at the team they got blown out by. I was very confused why Miami was a field goal underdog in this one, but I really like that pick.
And that's why I also was looking at that. I was like, Miami's been playing pretty well this year, despite what happened last week. And Clemson has looked shaky. So give me the U +3.
Zach, you can get us out of here tonight.
Round it out, big dog.
To start off, it's Aiden O'Connell. That's who their quarterback is. That's their now starting quarterback.
Sweet.
It's either Aiden O'Connell or
that's the Raiders
or Brian Hoyer.
That's the Raiders.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Bears.
Bears is Trace McSorley. Anyway, what are your picks, Zach?
I was talking about the Bears, but go ahead.
We might be.
I don't give a crap who just.
We might be losing Zach a little bit here.
Fields.
Zach, let's get through your picks pretty quick here before we lose you.
Oh.
We might be losing Zach. I'm gonna start with his picks just to keep the episode rolling. Train doesn't stop here. He's got the Jags +1.5. I really like that pick. We all picked that. Obviously, I don't think the Jags should have been underdogs in this one, even on the road. He's got Lions +3. Obviously, big Lions fan over here. I don't think the Ravens should be favored by 3 in this one either. He's got Browns -2.5. Who we got against the Browns? Browns 2.5 against the Colts. I really like that one. Browns are on the road. Colts have not looked very good recently offensively. Anthony Richardson is now out for the season. I think Browns can definitely cover a field goal in that one. Packers -1.5. You guys both talked about that one. I also think the Packers are a significantly better team in that matchup. I like that pick, Zach. He's going against Joe. He is going against Joe. I lost him now. We're fully switched over because we lost Zach. He's going against Joe with the Chargers pick. He's picking Chargers +6. As Joe said in his own pick, the Chargers always play that Chiefs game close. So maybe a touchdown is too wide of a spread there. I like that Chargers +6 pick a lot. He's got Missouri -7 against South Carolina. I really like that pick as well. Missouri's been rolling. Missouri's been very, very kind to us in picks as well. Missouri has won us some money here this season. South Carolina just got blown out by Florida last week. I think Missouri can, at home, do the exact same thing to them. Maybe not blown out, but you can win by a touchdown on that one. He's got Iowa -3.5 against Minnesota. Fun fact, Iowa women's basketball head coach Lisa Bluter has more wins in Kinnick Stadium than the last 3 Minnesota head coaches. I really like that pick as well. Give me Iowa to win.
I read that stat as well.
Oklahoma minus 18.5 against UCF. I like that one. UCF has looked really, really ugly in the Big 12. Oklahoma's stupid good. That's only 3 touchdowns. They can pull away late with that one. I really like that. He's also going against me with Oregon minus 18.5 against Washington State. As I said, Oregon at home could easily pull away by 3 touchdowns in this one. Washington State got blown out by Arizona last week, so that could go either way.
Blown out.
Either Zach wins or I win, doesn't matter. I really like his Oregon pick regardless. I just think Washington State, bounces back and loses by 17. But either way, those are Zach's picks.